Battle Beast blind bags are a hit. They've been selling out everywhere, and some of the surprise pulls are driving collectors wild. But which ones actually made the trending list? We'll show you the standout picks. The Thunderbolts is out in theaters now, and fans have seen it. And does that mean the Sentry is still holding its spot on the list? Or has the spotlight moved on? And Robert Downey Jr. posted something on social media that sent collectors scrambling. One book saw a big jump, but what comic book was it? We got all the answers to this week's top trending comics. So, let's break it down. What is up, everybody? It's me, Izzy, and Shane. We are back. This time we're doing a nice little pre-recorded version of the top trending comic books for this week. We're going to be doing it for the next 2 weeks because next week's Memorial Day and it's a holiday for us. So we're not going to be able to do any live streams until then, but we will be back in effect. But for today, let's get this started with the top trending comics. Shane, it's been a while. We haven't spoken since. A lot of things have happened. We got a lot of changes happened since last we spoke. So immediately, the same question I always ask you: what are your thoughts on all 4 of those top books that you see there?
I wish I had some of them, and I have most of them. I wish I had that Marvel team up
Mhm.
because obviously that's a ghost book. But I have the other 3. I did open my blind bag, and it was just a cover A, so whatever. But was it Corpses was really good. It was a really good read, and you get a lot of value for your money with that one.
Awesome. So I had Doom at one time. I have 3 blind bags. I have yet to open my blind bags. I really don't know what to do with them, to be honest with you. Um, because it's available for me to read already. So I could read the story if I want to. I don't need to open the bags. So I don't know. Maybe I'll leave one in the bag, kind of like Superman 75, you know what I mean?
I will
Um
tell you that the seam of the bag is really thick.
mhm.
So just watch out for it, like kind of making an indent on the.
Yeah, it's best to cut it with scissors or something
Oh
like
no, I
that.
mean like the along this the up and down of the spine,
Mm,
like that actual part. Like I thought it was a card inside. It was so like you could tell right away there was something there, and I'm like, oh, that's just the seam. I'm like, oh, gonna have to
yeah.
watch out for some damage to the back of books
Ah,
pretty.
that stinks. Yeah, that stinks. As far as Marvel Team Up, you said Ghost. I've seen that book in the wild. And there were opportunities I had to pick it up and I didn't pick it up. Now I'm like a little bit of regretting it a little bit. As far as the Exquisite Chords, very similar to I saw the Ash Can, but this week we had a couple of them. So we're gonna talk a lot about all these, especially when it comes to Battle Beast, because there's a lot to talk about with Battle Beast. But before we do that, we got to go through our honorable mentions. There's 3 books that I picked out. These are the books that were part of the top 15 rather than the top 10. And the first one is Revival number 1. This book came out a little while back. Jenny Frison cover, early Jenny Frison cover. That book is here because the TV show has begun in Sci-Fi Network. I don't know how many people actually watch sci-fi, but the show is running. So there we have it, the revival. Also, Invincible Iron Man number 9, The Road to Civil War Part 2. This is the first appearance of Riri Williams. Of course, it's because Ironheart trailer dropped this week. And finally, Alias number 1. This is one of the early Max series books. And this is the first appearance of Jessica Jones. We just heard rumors that she will be part of Daredevil Born Again season 2. Um, any thoughts on any of these 3?
So I don't know anything about Revival actually, but I did just get that Invincible Iron Man back graded. I can't remember. I think it wasn't a 9.8, but it was like a 9.46. So it was really not much value. But then the trailer dropped, and we're going to probably talk about another book further down that I think is the better book to buy actually.
Mm.
And then Alias, I loved Jessica Jones, the show. I thought it was amazing. So I can't wait for them to bring her in.
Yeah, I I think she had probably one of the best villains with David Tennant's Purple Man. He was just devious. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Perfect
and
villain.
like no spoilers here, but if you haven't watched it, oh, watch it because at every step, like especially near the end of the season, even the second season, my mind was just exploding because it's like, you mean all this time, like that person was this and this person, like he was excellent, excellent
Yeah.
as a villain.
Great, great villain. Go check it out. It's on Disney Plus. You can see him. The first season is the best season. Season two is
Yeah,
okay, but season one
yeah,
is top notch. All right,
phenomenal.
enough with the honorable mentions. Let's go into the top 10. Let's start with number 10, and that is Exquisite Corpse number one. This is the secret one per store variant. This came out this past week for Image Comics. $40 near mint was the last recorded sales. The fair market value of this book is already at $50. Trendy list, it's number 6 in CBSI, number 7 in cover price. As far as the 30-day sales go, we have 30 sales already of this book. Hype level is at a medium. You talked a little bit about Exquisite Corpse. Now let's talk a little bit more about it. This was a secret drop, but apparently they're really marketing hard for this book.
Yeah, and do you know what sets it apart? Like what makes it the one per store? Because it looks,
Oil.
oh, it's foil.
Mhm.
Excuse me. Okay. Yeah, this book was a fun read. Like it was a little bit of a lot of different types of media that people would be familiar with, like Hunger Games and other things like that. But it had its own spin on it. I really enjoyed it. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like Hunger Games, but rich people. It was really interesting story. And
Mhm.
they set things up really well in that everybody kind of brings their pieces in onto the board, and that's kind of how the first issue ends, and you kind of get an idea of the stuff happening in the background. I would recommend reading it for sure. I thought it was fun, and again, like I said earlier, I think it's a 4.99 price, but you get, like, it is a thick book. It's got to be, I want to say 48 or 64 pages. It's a thick
Mhm.
book.
Yeah. I have the poly bag with the trading card on it. I do have that book. I think I paid like $7 for it. But this was the one that was a drop that was literally one per store.
Yeah.
So it's up. At number 9, we have Invincible 19. This book came out in 2005 for Image Comics. The last recorded sale of this book was $325 for a raw. The fair market value of this book is $285 at near mint. 9.8s are going for about $681. It's number 5 on Key Collector, number 9 on CBSI. 30-day sales, 23 sales for this book. The hype level for Invincible is at a high, but it's not about Invincible as much as it's the first appearance of Battle Beast. And let's talk a little bit about Battle Beast because I think we're going to be talking a lot about Battle Beast today.
Yeah.
But what's your thoughts on this particular story when it comes to Battle Beast? Can you tell us a little bit about Battle Beast and who he is?
So Battle Beast is in the TV show anyway. I haven't read the all the comics, so I don't know his specific origin in that. But in the TV show, he's brought in by one of the villains to kind of put down Invincible. And really, his whole thing is he doesn't care about money or rewards or anything like that. He just wants to come in and have a challenge. He wants someone to beat him. He wants death, essentially,
Mhm.
and that carries right over into the comic. But this book, his first appearance, obviously, with the hype around the book, and it's well deserved. I'll say that. Like, I really enjoyed the comic. I thought it was great, and I can't wait for the next issues.
Mhm. With Battle Beast, yeah, like you said, this is one of the special lower number Invincible titles, so that's why the price is so high. All the early Invincible books, pretty much from 20 below, are they're pretty costly. So we're talking about books that have like Silver Age prices to them attached to them because they were low print run. They didn't gain no momentum, kind of until after Walking Dead, where people were actually going back to Invincible and they were really enjoying it. With Battle Beast, he's one of the very first characters within the Invincible universe to get his own title, and that's what's bringing up the hype to this book. we're not gonna stay on this book forever because we are gonna see this book again a little bit later in this list. But for this one, this is the original Invincible 19. This is the one that came out in 2005 at number 9. At number 8, we got the Sentry #1. This book came out in 2000 for Marvel Comics. The last recorded sales $125. It's actually a $75 increase from the last time we spoke about this. Fair market value of this book is at $135 near mint. $300 for 9.8. Again, this book has risen in price because of the Thunderbolts movie. It's only number 10 on cover price, and the 30-day sale is at 92 sales with a hype level of a medium. It's been 3 weeks since the Thunderbolts have debuted. They're now known as, spoiler, the New Avengers. This is one of those books that this might be the last time we see this book on this list this week.
Yeah, and I wanted to ask you, since we haven't talked since this movie came out, because I've seen it as well. And again, I'm not dropping any really big spoilers, but I kind of thought it was a missed opportunity for, I know they want the Avengers name because Avengers, but I thought it was a missed opportunity when they announced the name, when they kind of at the end of what happens there, and she says the New Avengers. I thought it was a missed opportunity for the Black Widow character, the White Widow, to kind of say, no, we're the Thunderbolts. I thought because they set that up through the whole story, you know?
Yeah. And I think part of it was because of the whole, if we call ourselves the Thunderbolts, people are not going to care as much. But as you can see towards that moment, she's like, we own you now. Like
Yeah.
they were picking up the pretty much what Val was screwed up on, right?
Yeah.
And now they're taking advantage of this opportunity. My only problem with it, I didn't have a problem with the name or anything like that. My only issue about it was that it's not the traditional Thunderbolts in any capacity. So that was the only thing that really kind of bothered me about it. I think you could have called the team something else and it would have been fine. The fact that
Yeah.
you just took the name Thunderbolts without any connection at all to the comic books, not a single connection. The only person that's probably ever been on the Thunderbolts was Winter Soldier, but even for a different reason. So, that's the part that irritated me about it because I wanted Zemo. I wanted some kind of turnaround with the villain. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
This was more like Dark Avengers as opposed to, the Thunderbolts. And that was how I felt about it. Like the
Yeah.
comic book aspect of it, completely meaningless. It's only Thunderbolts by name, not by comic
Yeah.
origins.
I was a little bit let down too because of how they treated the one character, which is one of my favorite characters in the Marvel universe in comics anyway. So I was a
Mhm.
little bummed with that. But overall, I really liked the movie. I thought it was good. My kids loved it.
Mhm.
Like they thought that all the stuff with um, the White Widow was hilarious. Just the interaction with her and the characters.
Yeah.
So that really drew them in, which I also liked. So they really enjoyed that part of it.
Yeah, it was great overall. All right, enough with this. Let's go to our number 7 book, and that's that the Thanos Imperative Devastation #1. This book came out in 2011 from Marvel Comics. The last recorded sale of this book was $11 near mint. Fair market value of this book is at $11 at a very fine. $21 for 9.8, but that was a sale for like long before anything. On the trending list, it's number 3 on Key Collector, number 8 on CBSI, number 5 in cover price. The last 30-day sales are 29 sales. This is at a hype level of a medium. Now, why is this book on this list? This is a book that no one talks about, no one cares about until there was a drop that happened this week. Did you hear anything about that drop that happened?
So I don't know a whole lot about it. All I know is that it's kind of a new project that might be happening with Annihilators,
Mm-hmm.
um, which will be interesting to see. But I haven't seen anything more other than that.
So they interviewed Star Lord, the actor Star Lord, Chris Pratt. They
Yeah.
asked him, "Hey, there's been talks about you returning." He said, "Yeah, I'm definitely going to be returning." But there was also discussion about how he will be returning, and there was talking about a group called the Annihilators, and this is the book where they made their first appearance. Now, the Annihilators are cosmic level super powered beings. Like every single person in the Annihilator is at, grade A superpower. So you got Gladiator, you got Silver Surfer, you got some other characters that are all part of this team that has been formulated. And now there's rumors that there is going to be some kind, like you said, our MCU project that will be featuring the Annihilators. That is something that got me hyped up. Now, how much of it is early stages, how much of it is actually true, I don't know. All I know, it caused this book to spike up and people went to grab it because let's be honest, it is a cheap book to pick up.
Oh yeah, and
Mhm.
2 days before this announcement, I would imagine this was a dollar bin book for
Oh
sure.
yeah, I probably would have found it anywhere for like within the dollar bit somehow. So really cool stuff. I'm excited to see the Annihilators if in fact they do show up because we're talking about they're heavy hitters, man.
Yeah, yeah, for
They're
sure.
definitely heavy
That's
hitters.
the heavyweight team.
That's definitely a heavyweight team. All right, let's take a look at number 6 in Doom number 1. This book came out in 2024 from Marvel Comics. The last recorded sale of this book was $45. Fair market value of this book's at $57 near mint, $137 for 9.8. It is number 1 on Key Collector and number 6 in cover price. The 30-day sales are 33 sales have happened for this book in the last month. Hype level is at a medium. We talked about this book several months ago. But this time, something else happened and related to the MCU world. Do you know what happened? Because I know what happened.
Mr. Robert Downey Jr., who obviously everybody knows at this point will be playing some version of Doom or Stark Doom or something, posted this issue in his Instagram saying, Doom workstation type of thing.
Yeah, exactly. This is the book he's reading. So everybody said, "Oh, I need the book that he's reading because that's been a mess." It's research, man. He
Yeah,
could post any Doctor Doom book.
I know, I know.
That's the hype behind the book. To hit number 1 on Key Collector shocked me when I saw that. I was like, really? Number 1 because RDJ is showing it off.
People are
But
starving to find out like exactly how it's going to work. I mean, that's one thing
mhm,
that Marvel hopefully will do well. I don't want him to be like the real version of Doom.
mhm,
I'd be super happy with him being some kind of alternate,
yeah.
like Stark Doom, and then there's the real Doom. I think if they do it right, people are hyped about it. I know I am, but if he turns out to be the real Doom, I'm going to be a little bit bummed. I got to tell you.
Yeah, I feel the same way. But I did hear that he is playing a variant of Tony Stark,
Right.
which will still be Victor Von Doom, but probably is going to be in the Fantastic Four universe since we know that's coming. So that's what my assumption is going to be. That's what most people's assumptions is going to be. So who's to say?
Yeah.
I'm with you. I think Doom's a character that he is intriguing by himself. And now we're adding this layer of Tony Stark to it, which I'm not a big fan of because after Secret Wars, after it's all said and done, you're going to still be paying RGJ to play the role, or are you going to give me someone else that's going to play Doom? It might not
Yeah.
have that same, pop to it as it once did.
I hope they just keep it all a secret and they've got somebody already in mind. There's a bunch of great people that could pull off Doom.
Mhm.
And yeah, I mean, we'll talk more about it, I'm sure, when we get to new comic books as well.
Yeah. Well, we're 1 year away from the movie to come out, Doomsday. So who's to say? All right, let's take a look at number 5. Number 5, we have, as I mentioned before, Invincible 19. Wait a minute, Izzy. That we talked about this book already. Yes, we did, but this is the blind bag foil edition that came in the blind bag, the Battle Beast blind bag. So this book is brand new. This is a facsimile. This is a reprint, whatever you want to call it. 2025 Image Comics. $20 is near mint value for the last recorded sale. Fair market value is $18 near mint. There's already slabs being sold for $54 at 9.8. Number 3 in cover price. 30-day sales, 112 sales of this book in the aftermarket, and the hype level is at a high. Again, we talked about this. These blind bags. This is our first blind bag that we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
So, Battle Beast came out this weekend, this past week actually. So, like you said, it's a fun book. It's a cool book. I love Ryan Otley's artwork in this book. It's nice and fierce. It has that that energy that you're looking for in that kind of character. And there was a couple of books that dropped. We're going to talk about them in a little bit, but this was one of them. So imagine your reaction opening your bag to find this one.
I'd be pretty happy with it for sure. I would definitely be curious to read the indice of this one to see if it says it's a second print or just a print from 2025, or how it kind of differentiates itself from the main
Mhm.
one.
Yeah, it is definitely a foil. That's something that's different about it. So you'll immediately know that it's a different book. But it's pretty cool that they dropped those blind bags with that information, those books in there. I think that's a cool little gimmick that they pulled off, and it was a successful gimmick. So
Oh yeah.
this probably won't be the last time we talk about this.
No, it won't be the last new character in the Invincible universe, that's for
Mhm.
sure.
Exactly. Let's go with number 4. And we talked about it. Like I said, we're going to be talking a lot about Battle Beast, but Invincible Universe Battle Beast number 1. This is the eBay Live comic trading pack. So these were sold through eBay, through Big Clutch, and it's a trading pack. This came out in 2025 for Image Comics. The last recorded sale of a pack was $185 near mint. Fair market value is $222. There's no slabs to record because it's part of a pack. It is number 2 in cover price, and there are 74 sales within a 30-day period. Again, the hype level is at a high. I remember hearing about this, and I remember that they were doing the eBay sales just like Whatnot sales, and the prices just kept going higher and higher because people were hyped. The hype is there. Everybody wants these special rare edition books because they're hoping that pack would have it. So, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so it's super interesting because essentially what we're talking about here is just like a Spawn 1, right? Like these books are going to be Battle Beast number 1, cover A, will be readily available for a very, very long, long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so people that are kind of seeking a little bit more of a value are going to try to find these rare variants of the cover, and that's what's driving up these values for sure.
Mm. And I think the books that were part of this pack were even more rare than the ones that are in the blind bags. So the blind bags had their own special books in it, where these actually had some incentives that people wanted. But again, like the blind bag, this was a blind training pack, similar to the Whatnot training packs, or Bryce comics or things like that. Um, it seems to be working. People are buying them. So there you have it. That's number 4. At number 3, Invincible Universe Battle Beast number 2. This is the blind bag ultra rare advanced edition. So some people wanted to read issue number 1 and they got themselves issue number 2.
Yeah.
This one, of course, 2025 for Image Comics. The last recorded sale of this book was $13 near mint. Fair market value of this book, $16 near mint. There are no recorded slabs. Number 4 in CBSI, number 4 in cover price. 30-day sales, 128 sales. Hype level, of course, it's high because they're all going to be high. All right. You buy the book, you buy the blind bag, you open up the blind bag, you get this book. Now, I'm assuming you'll be happy, but now you gotta have to go buy issue number 1.
So I can't remember for sure if this has issue 1 and a small preview of 2, or if it's all of issue 2.
I
That I
think it's
can't
all of
remember.
issue 2. I think it's the full issue.
Okay. Well, I
Mhm.
would be super happy with that because I would definitely pay $13 for this. Like, take my money right now. If
Mhm.
there's any kind of character appearance that is new or something in the second issue, this is going to be their first appearance.
Mhm.
So I would definitely buy this one. I would be super happy to get this.
I like how it says ultra rare, but yeah, it's a $13 book.
Yeah, I know.
That doesn't feel rare.
The
So
price doesn't seem to match to me.
yeah, and again, it depends on how many are actually out there. We don't know what's the actual head count of these books, right? So who's
Yeah.
to say? All right, number 2 is a Marvel book,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's Marvel Team Up 14, the Battle Beast blind bag foil variant, 2025 from Marvel and Image Comics. The last recorded sale was $30 near mint. Fair market value is $34 near mint. $118 for 9.8s are being pre-sold already. It was number 2 in CBSI, number 3 in cover price. 30-day sales, 211 copies were sold in the aftermarket. Hype level, of course, is a high. Imagine opening the pack to seeing this book.
Again, I'd be super happy because there's no way I'm affording that book uh, regularly. I would just go when I go to the Comic Con at the end of May. I'm just going to try to find any original Invincible issues and buy them.
It's like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I,
But
I
this was cool.
yeah, for sure.
Like it's not it's kind of rare to see Marvel do out of nowhere team up, right? But the fact that they gave Image the okay to reprint it, that's to
Right.
me is kind of impressive. They said, you know what, go ahead, have fun. This book is more important to you than it is to us. I'm willing to bet that's probably what they were saying.
And think of
But
the timing too. Like this book, when it came out, this is only issue 14. Like the wave for Invincible had not caught on yet. So the
mhm.
Marvel's under no, they'd be like, they get an email from Kirkman, like, hey, we want to use Spider-Man. Can we? They'd be like, who are you? What is this?
Well, I know, I'm
Invincible.
sure they knew who Robert Kirkman was.
Yeah,
They did work with him at one time, you know.
yeah,
But I know what you're saying is it's one of those rare situations where it's just you're just there like, huh? You want Spider-Man? Yeah, why not? Just and we'll put it in our book. We'll put it on Team Up. Right? Because it's still a Marvel book, even though it has the Image logo attached to it. This is more of a Marvel book than it is an Image book. But now who's making the money off of this book? Right? So
yeah,
did did they give Marvel a certain amount of money? Say, hey, we'll give you this much if we could reprint it, and Marvel just said okay, or did it work the other way around? I don't know what the business acumen of this is all about, but it is interesting to know. It is a cool book to have. It is a book that I personally would like to get the original copy for. I've seen it in the wild before. I saw it for like about $50, but I don't know if it's worth $50 anymore. And maybe one day I'll grab it. It is a book I would like to have in my collection one
yeah.
day.
Same with
Mhm.
me.
And the number one book for this week comes at no surprise if you've been watching this whole show. It's Invincible Universe Battle Beast number 1, the blind bag itself. 2025 for Image Comics, $7 near mint for the last recorded sale. Fair market value. This is a $10 bag now. It is number 1 in CBSI. It's number 1 in cover price. It didn't make Key Collector. I'm shocked on that one. But look at the 30-day sales. This is the aftermarket sales. This is not the whole thing. 366 copies sold in the aftermarket. Hype level is at a high. This book is actually one of the highest selling books of the year. We'll
Yeah.
probably find out that I'm pretty sure it's going to be the top selling book of this month.
Oh yeah, I think so. Like I know people that were buying like 10 of them.
I got 3.
Um, yeah. And you could have some of those books we talked about right now in your possession.
I could have them. I haven't opened the bag, so I have no idea.
Yeah, I think this was a great idea. Uh, the it was the right combination of, something new that people wanted. It's tied to Invincible, which is riding a wave right now. Everybody's enjoying it. And you get some really cool variant covers and exclusives and stuff like that. So I think the planning for this was really well done.
I agree. I think this was something that was stirring up. They market it properly. I remember when we were talking about it in FOC, I went ahead and FOC 3 copies. It's fairly inexpensive. The original price was $3.99 for the pack,
Yeah, just
which is
cover
pretty
price.
cheap. Yeah, which is pretty cheap. So I ended up picking up 3 copies. I have the 3 copies unopened. I honestly, Shane, I don't know what I want to do with them. I honestly don't know. Um, Maybe I'll open them. I feel like they're more valuable open than they are closed. And because they're not selling in the aftermarket at high prices, they're just being sold.
Yeah.
So, I think there's more value in it open than in it closed right now.
You'd have to
But that
wait a
could change.
long time, I think, to, you know, like if say we don't ever know how many one in a thousands came out, like with 400,000 copies printed, there's going to be what 40, 400 of those,
Mhm.
one in a thousands.
There's one in
So
2000s as well.
yeah, so you got these exclusive ones, but you don't know really how many there are. So if
Mhm.
you held on to a bag that was sealed, years down the road, you could always advertise it as it could be, this. And I'm sure the
Yeah.
value would go up some, but I don't know. I'd rather just open them and see for myself.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. We'll see what happens. I haven't made a decision yet. I'm pretty sure I'll open one of them, and we'll see what's in it. But if not, we'll see. Anyway, guys, tell me your thoughts. Which books do you have? Did you pick up any of those blind bag books? Did you get the 1 in 1,000, 1 in 2,000? I want to know in the comments. Let me know. Let me know what you think about the list. Stay tuned for next week. We will be back next week. And please, please, please make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching. We thank you for watching. Until next time, we'll see you then. Excelsior. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more comic content. Check out these other videos for even more insight. And I'll see you at the next one. Excelsior.